Shalom, first and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace, love, and salutation to all you alchemists pushing this truth and true sincerity. And I wanted to do this lesson before I started out my day. So this is from End Time Headlines. Over 1 million people in Missouri are being told to prepare for catastrophic earthquake. You know, you might be thinking, earthquake in Missouri. But let's get into it. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying because we're in the end days of Esau, Edom. Matter of fact, I'm going to read that right quick. First precept. I'm going to go to the book of, was it 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter. 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter and verse 7. And it reads, I'm going to go straight to the point. Well, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, and what shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob represents you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that look like the other nations, but your bloodline goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Esau represents the so-called white man, and you could be a chocolate-covered Edomite, all right, because you are who your father is. It says, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. You can go back to Genesis, the 25 chapter, and read that account. Also read Genesis, the 27 chapter. For Esau is the end of the world. All right, the end of this wickedness. I mean, you see what's going on with the whole Frankenstein files. That is complete wickedness, man. And you ask yourself, why would you want to continue to live in this society that's under this red devil? All right, it's being made manifest who the devil, according to the Bible, is. All right. For Esau is the end of the world, the end of this present evil, wicked world. All right, because the scriptures say the earth will abide forever. It's not going to be no meteor that destroys planet Earth, and that's just it. All right, don't believe them sci-fi movies from Hollywood. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Jacob is going to be ushering in the kingdom of heaven. All right, a paradise on earth. All right, for you Israelites. And that's why we do these lessons, to let you know what time we're in. And when you see people getting prepared for a catastrophic earthquake in Missouri, you know what time it is if you're in the right mind frame. All right, the Super Bowl is over. All right, time for you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans to start taking things seriously. All right, for you Latinos, Bad Bunny, you're still talking about Bad Bunny, but your people are getting deported. You people are getting sent to these internment camps. It's time to get serious. All right, come back to the God of the Bible. So, for once, I'm not the only one saying it. Authorities in Missouri are officially warning residents that they need to do what it takes to prepare for a catastrophic earthquake that will someday change life as we know it. I saw this sheriff from Missouri State Emergency Management Agency reminding everyone that it is vital that you prepare for an inevitable major New Madrid fault event. In case you can't read the small print, they said at 10:15 a.m. on October 15, 2026, you can join more than 1 million people across Missouri in the central United States practicing earthquake safety. Well, we encourage you to participate with everyone. You can register your shakeout drill for any day of the year and drill at a time of your choice. The warning to Missourians is part of the Great American Central United States Shakeout event that is planned for later this year on October 15, 2026. And we'll see what happens between that time. The question I have is, why do they recommend that you drop, cover, and hold on? Now, I grew up out west, and out there in Southern California, we would have to do that. get under some type of table or somewhere that's safe because things were shaking. It says the answer is because by putting your hand behind your neck and finding cover under a solid object, you're reducing the chances that you'll be hit by flying objects. Hey, I ain't even read that, and that's the truth. Many people envision falling objects straight down, but don't realize that a major earthquake jolt can cause objects on the wall to fly across a room and hit you. And yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna stop right there. So let's get into this fault zone. Because I always say in these earthquake lessons, people think earthquakes are a Southern California thing or Japan or Russia. No, they got fault lines here in the United States. So let's read from the search. It says, the New Madrid fault line, located in the central United States, is a significant seismic zone known for its history of large earthquakes, particularly the series that occurred between 1811 and 1812. This fault line stretches approximately 150 miles through parts of Missouri. So Missouri, that was what the article was talking about, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Kentucky. That don't sound like Southern California. And is considered the most active seismic area east of the Rocky Mountains. So let's continue to Wikipedia. Let me do a little math right quick. So the last major earthquake was in 1811, 1812. So let's take 2026 minus 1812. 2026 minus 1812. That is 214 years. So we'll see if it's long overdue. But the scriptures do talk about earthquakes in diverse places. So the New Madrid seismic zone, sometimes called the New Madrid fault line, is a major seismic zone and a prolific source of interplate earthquakes. Earthquakes within a tectonic plate in the southern and midwestern United States, stretching to the southwest from New Madrid, Missouri. The New Madrid fault system was responsible for the 1811-1812 New Madrid earthquakes and has the potential to produce large earthquakes in the future. Since 1812, frequent smaller earthquakes have been recorded in the area. Earthquakes that occur in the New Madrid seismic zone potentially threaten parts of 7 American states: Illinois, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee. And I did a lesson on this years ago, and they did a illustration of what would happen. They said that seismologists said that Memphis would be torn to shreds, and due to a larger extent, Mississippi and Indiana. So this is where it's located. Okay. So we'll see what happens. But the scriptures do talk about earthquakes in diverse places, but we're going to get this one just real quick. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And that was pretty evident last month. All right, it's kind of died down a little bit. It was heavy last month. All right, a lot of things were happening last month. That's how the Most High opens up these years. All right, but we'll see what happens to the course of this year. Like I said, people had the Super Bowl. People went back to being comfortable. Okay, Bad Bunny rocked these Hispanics back to sleep. Okay. But hey, there's going to be more signs that show you that we're at the end of Esau's age. And earthquakes are one of them. And don't be surprised if they happen in the United States. Okay? Then shalt thou will understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Alright? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, we have uproars of the people all over January. All right, Minnesota, Portland. You had those 2 Edomites that got deleted in January of 2026. People taken to the streets, the uproars here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, but it also talks about earthquakes, and like the article went into, a lot of people aren't prepared. All right, and a lot of people, they're probably not going to even read that article. They're probably not even going to take heed to what's being said, because it's just another day, especially our people. All right, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, they don't even take themselves seriously. They think everything is a joke. All right, you got a lot of our people that say, I'm a grown-ass man, but they're really class clowns. Still haven't graduated, their mind hasn't went past high school. Okay, the average Black, Hispanic, and Native American man's mind hasn't even went past high school. Okay, so for those learning the know-how, we know what time it is. The Most High is about to unleash these plagues on the earth. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Now, I believe in Isaiah 46 and Isaiah 48, it talks about the Most High declares these events from the beginning. All right. Matter of fact, we can go to I think it's Isaiah 46 and 10. Now imagine the Most High sending these earthquakes here in the middle of uproars of the people, in the middle of a pestilence. They talking about this disease X, this Nipah pestilence. Hey, we could be very well headed to another one of them lockdowns. All right, because you people got worse, man. You people got more wicked. 5-6 years ago, you people were trying to serve God. Now you just riding shotgun with the devil. If you know what I'm saying, you people got more worse. You got more wicked. And you keep adding these tabs up, especially for you Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. The Most High is going to send that ultimate form of judgment, Zechariah 14 and 12. All right, when World War III kicks off. Before that, it's going to be the mark of the beast. All right? So don't get rocked back to sleep, man. All right? We trying to tell you to wake the hell up. Because these things can happen at any be on the ready on any given moment. You already got so icy boys out here throwing people into these internment camps, man. So it's a high time to wake out of sleep for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. The fun and games are over with. Super Bowl 60 is over with. It was whack. All right. The only thing that was entertaining about that was Green Day. Okay, and Bad Bunny, I guess. I ain't really watch it. I don't really subscribe to that guy. That guy's a sodomite. All right, just like any other of your favorite celebrities. What's they're being exposed to? You can't tell that we're at the end when all your favorite celebrities are on that list doing God knows what for fame. All right, we're at the end where judgment is going to start happening, man. And it can happen in the form of these so-called natural disasters. It ain't Mother Nature. It's the God of the Bible causing it. So this is Isaiah 46 and 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. That's the God of the Bible, the God of Israel. All right, not Satan, not the white man. All right, which the white man does the bidding of the spiritual demon Satan. That's why he's doing all this freako stuff out here, because he's the devil. But you know what? The Most High got the devil by a trick bag. All right, when he's trying to usher in his new way of living, I'm gonna say it like that, the Most High is gonna intervene. Okay, and I'm gonna get one more preset, man, to close it on now. 2 Ezra 15, because people are like, what's good? You got a lot of our people now getting on TikTok talking about, I don't believe in the Bible, I'm an atheist. Well, hey, when these starts happening, you're gonna cry on God. Oh God, oh God, oh God. 2 Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, whether you hear or forbear. All right, we're doing these lessons. All right, whether on the way to work, after work, whether we're conducting business out here, we still come down here and record this prophecy and tell you what's going on. Because, hey, it ain't like these Christian pastors are telling you anything. All right, they're just copycats. All right, trying to take our spirit and just say it in the stem. It says, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. The Lord's name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai, if I haven't already said that. Not Jesus Christ, not Jehovah, not Yahweh, not Yahushua, for you other Israelites, not Yah. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Yeah, you can go get a Bible from the dollar store, but not everybody can interpret what's going on. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity, which is the lack of faith, which a lot of you Israelites have, incredulity, of them that trouble thee, that speak against thee. You got these Israelites out there in Arizona, and I'm going to hope if I can do a lesson on it. All right, the elder from Vegas just touched down on it last night about these Israelites having these off the grid communities with heathens. These Israelites are waxing worse and worse, man. All right, the scriptures say judgment shall first begin at the house of God. You Yah only Israelites. All right, you Israelites that want to do your own thing instead of doing what the Lord told you. Going to the highways and byways and preaching. See, that's too boring for these jakes, man. They're trying to reinvent the wheel. Why are you trying to reinvent with the Most High program? All right. So that's somebody that has incredulity, a lack of faith. Letting not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Because there's a lot of guys that speak up against Great Millstone. You guys are this, you guys are that. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shah, we've been prophesying these things, internment camps, Jacob's trouble. We're in Jacob's trouble right now. Just because you got done watching the Super Bowl don't mean that you're not in Jacob's trouble. Well, you got to ask yourself, what was they doing while everybody was googly-eyed over the Super Bowl? And now we watched it. All right, we had bros coming over here, but at the end of the day, man, we had more conversations outside the Super Bowl because it was whack. All right, and then the spirit hot. We start talking about prophecy, man. All right, the things that we're telling you, the things that are going to happen before they happen. We have the spirit of prophecy. So it says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the lack of faith, incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So, hey, that earthquake could swallow a lot of you up. It's not like the God of the Bible hasn't done it before. All right, read Numbers, the 16th chapter. And it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The God of the Bible is bringing plagues. The sword, all right, instruments to delete you, famine. You know our people love to eat. All right, people love to eat. They'll be on YouTube with these mukbangs and cooking abominable food. Even if it's lawful, they're being gluttonous. Try to tell one of these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to fast for 12 hours. They'll lose it, man. You try to tell Jake about intermittent fasting, man, he'll look at you like you got 3 heads. All right, death and destruction. That don't seem like happy, joy. That don't seem like God is good all the time, as you Christians say. And why? For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Look at your boy Bad Bunny promoting homosexuality in his songs, and he's an open one too. You can tell that boy's sweet. All right, that wicked vibration is still going on. I got on YouTube one day, scrolling looking at videos, and they got ads for Transformers. You can date. They got a Transformer site, a Transformer dating site, and you try to watch a workout video. And you know how ads come up. They were showing an ad for that, man. This is complete wickedness. You got women that have a boyfriend, openly have a boyfriend and a husband. That's complete wickedness, man. All right, let's not talk about you women, man. But hey, wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. You just don't give a damn until judgment happens. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. This is another form of complaining, man. All right, because as a whole, we're tired of seeing this wickedness, man. All right, you're getting sprayed by chemicals every day. You go to go wash your face in the morning. The water is looking kind of white because they put forever chemicals in the water, man. We need to get the hell up out of here, but it's a patience game, all right. So with that, hopefully that wasn't too long, but more judgments are coming. It's kind of died down from January, but according to Second Ezra 16 and 37, these plagues are going to continue to come, and the message is to repent to the God of the Bible. His name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. So with that, Lord, when I was edifying, I'm gonna say Shalom.